Here we are! Let's go! Give it up for Rob!
Thank you. Just one sec, this is really awkward. I was saying, Scotty, when are we ready to go? And he's like, go now. Okay, here we go. Who's here from Canberra? Who lives in Canberra? Yes. Thank you for coming. Who's down from Brizzy? Yes. You guys know this one, right? Will you just sing along with me? Spinning like a runaway, lost at sea. City on a rainy day, down in the harbor. Watching as the grey clouds shadow the bay. Looking everywhere, cause I had to find you. This is not the way that I remember a kid. Anyone will tell you it's a prison island, hidden in the summer. Oh, here we go, Aussies. Great southern land. I want to hear you guys. Great southern land. So you look into the land and it will tell you a story about the journey and long ago. Listen to the motion of the wind in the mountains. Maybe you can hear them talking like I do. They're gonna betray you, gonna forget you. Are you gonna let them take you on their way? Great southern land. thing. You can't save a country you don't love. You can't love a country if you don't love your culture. So here we go, people. You know this. We're doing all the classics today. So we've got Brisbane and Canberra. Anywhere else? Brilliant. We're all showing up. So let them know that their voices need to be heard. That's why I want you guys to be loud with us today. Standing out the limit on an endless ocean, stranded like a runaway lost at sea. City on a rainy day down in the harbor, watching as the great clouds shadow the bay. Looking everywhere 'cause I had to find you. This is not the way that I remember it here. They won't tell you it's a prisoner island hidden in the sun. Come on, here we go. Great southern land, yes, Lottie. Great southern land, I love it. You walk along like pretty men, and they make you work with sticks and bones. See the hungry eyes, it's the hungry old. I hear the sound of strangers' voices. See the hungry eyes, their hungry eyes. Great southern land, great southern land. Brilliant. We're going to warm up the singers this day, over the day. So good job, ladies and gents. It's going to be a great day. It's time to get Destiny Church up here for a special little treat.
Yo! How you going, Canberra? Mate, I've seen all these flags. I think there was supposed to be a couple thousand more of us, but there's a fuel crisis. There's so many crises happening in this country, right? It's so unfortunate. And I think the main one is immigration. That's why we're here. Because I see homeless Australians, right? And it's not good enough. I see a crowd of families and young kids. And we want our young kids to be able to afford to buy a home and make an honest living, right? That's what this is about. And we've got Aussie flags everywhere, and we've just had Anzac Day, and we feel the spirit of gratitude on the people who have made this country what it is. And we're going to keep it. This man, Scotty Chalon, he's a machine, right? So back him up. But there's so many people. I've got a list. Every single person said yes to speak today. So we got too many speakers and not enough time. So we got 5 minutes each person, and we really appreciate your time. So we're not going to stuff you around. But I've got Pastor Sam from Destiny Church. We've got the Kiwis coming out, but for Anzac Day, right? These blokes are doing a haka. God bless you, Sam. Thanks, mate. Thanks for coming. Speak to the people. Tell us your heart.
Awesome. How you going, Canberra? It's good to be out here. I know you're looking at me like, what the hell's this Kiwi doing on here? But it's Anzac. You know, we're celebrating Anzac this weekend. But I also want to say to you, actually, 5 generations up in my bloodline, there's a man by the name of John Gale. Now, if you're from Queanbeyan, you'll understand that he's the statue that looks out into the main street. And on the bottom of that statue, it says, the father of Canberra. So I just turn to Parliament and say, who's your daddy? Eh? But let me tell you something. Today, I don't want to try and talk about my natural bloodline. You know, I'm a Kiwi. I've lived in Australia for the last 13 years now, as many of my brothers have here today. And it's not so much a speech that we're going to be doing today, it's more a spiritual declaration. Now, I don't know if you understand this, and I don't want us to just do a haka without you knowing what the heck they're saying, what's going on. I want you to be in the loop of what's taking place today. And so we understand that in the spirit there are things that are happening. What causes a prime minister to betray his people? Yeah? What causes a prime minister to push an agenda beyond what the people need? And so you have to understand that that is a spiritual thing that is taking place. And so today, you know what? The first thing that we need to do as a country is we need to come to a place where we realign with what has been the foundation and freedom that we've had as a people. And what has that been built on? That has been built on Christianity. Can I get a clap of you with that? Yeah? It doesn't mean that you have to go out to church every Sunday, although that would be great. It doesn't mean that you have to be super clean and practicing your faith, or amen, I hope you do. But what it does mean is that we didn't get to be the countries that we are in Australia and New Zealand by accident. There were founding Christian principles that caused us to love our neighbour, to have the freedom, and to be able to speak and be who we are. And the further we get away from that foundation, the further the nation starts to slip. And so we can point our finger at Albo, but at the end of the day, suckers are voting him in. Yeah? Suckers are voting him in. So now I'm going to actually do something that's crazy. I'm going to take a knee. And on behalf of this nation, repent from moving away from Christ, from abandoning the faith that we were called to, and to now take a stand in who Christ is today.
Amen.
So, as we do this haka, we are declaring into the atmosphere of every demonic, satanic agenda, every foul thing that has exalted itself against Christianity and the knowledge of Christ. And we are saying that Christianity is the faith of Australia. Not Hinduism, not Islam, not Buddhism, not a pride agenda, even abortion, all those spirits we come against. Yeah, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers that are in the atmosphere, that are in heavenly places. Also, the weapons. So although we are celebrating Anzac and many of our ancestors went to war, we still must fight. But the nature of how we fight today is different. We have to fight for our freedom, we have to fight in the spirit, and we have to realign once again with Christianity. The weapons of our warfare, not carnal, but mighty through God for the pulling down of these strongholds. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to declare some things into the atmosphere that will start to shatter the chains that this nation has been under, and every sellout and foul agenda that the politicians have been moving into should now be exposed in the spirit. I declare Australia is a Christian nation. I declare no other God stands before Jesus Christ, not Islam, not Hinduism, and not Buddhism. I declare the Bible is the guiding text and official book of Australia. I declare God's blessing upon those politicians and leaders who acknowledge the Lord. I declare the curse of the Lord and ultimate removal of those who do not acknowledge the Lord. Tu tangata. Father, right now we declare and we set in motion, Father, the change and blessing that is coming to this nation. We thank you that you anoint and bless every politician and leader that stands for you. We come against every demonic satanic force and the principalities and powers in the heavenly, and we say you are pulled down right now. In the name of Jesus Christ, we pronounce the blessing. We come against the agendas, Father, that have held captive the people of Australia. May Australia become the great land of the Holy Spirit that has been prophesied, we pray. In Jesus' mighty name, we all said, Amen.
Destiny Church, how about that, hey? We stand as Anzacs together. Australia, New Zealand, we are brothers in arms, brothers and sisters in arms. They came here to support us. We're here. We're all Anzacs today. This is our legacy. This is our tradition, and we're not going to let it disappear into the night. Don't let them change the narrative on you. Don't let them tell you what you should be. They want to rewrite history to further their agenda, and we're here to say that is not good enough. Stand with me, Australians.
All right, here we go. We're here for a good time. Here we need to wake up these politicians. To rise to be lost. Criminal. Rise to be all life mom. You get nothing, nothing. Tell me who can you trust? Without what you want. make them listen today, people. One, two, if you want blood. They've got it. If they want blood. They got it. Chicken on the TikTok. You got it. If they want blood. They got it. If they want blood. Are we sending the message yet? If they want blood. They've got it. Good work, singers.
Yo! This bloke here, how good's AC/DC? I think Bob Catter out-danced all of you, eh? He almost broke that rail down. We almost had a riot. But we got our mate Lachlan Lade here. See, the Australian Lobbying Group, this guy is an official registered lobbyist, and we write out policy plans to fix this country, right? And he takes it into the offices of all these politicians with some great practical ideas, because that's what we need. We don't need riots. We need our kids to have a bright future. So Lachlan Lade, thanks, buddy.
Hey, thanks, Dusty. It's hard to wipe the smile off my face seeing us all here today. The Aussie music, you just don't hear it enough. It's beautiful. And you know, what an incredible continent we own. For some of us, it's days of travel. I know people have come from Adelaide, Melbourne, Tasmania. Myself from a small sugarcane farm up in Proserpine, North Queensland. And turning up is what it takes. You know, each of you writing your own story in what will be Australia's restoration. The cultural shift that we're seeing throughout society, you are responsible for that, and turning up is what it takes. Now, this southern land, it has clearly forged a people of incredible grit and bravery. It was this continent and its difficulties which here forged the Anzac spirit and men who struck fear into an unstoppable foe who was thought to be. Our enemies of the time, they were said to have remarked that if they were to seize hell, they would use Australians to take it and New Zealanders to hold it. The Anzacs. Now, if our foes of the past believed that we could storm hell, surely we, upon our own soil, on the lands we travel each day, we can defeat and reverse this communist, multicultural, dystopian future the establishment is walking us into. Because that remark, that was bestowed upon you, everyday Australians. It was in the scorching sands of North Africa, 1941. Young men of this country, they left their tools, their trucks, their families, their 40 teams and their families. 14,000 of our young men, they sailed off to a dusty Libyan port to face off against Rommel, the Desert Fox, and his Afrika Korps. Those men, they became the renowned rats of Tobruk, slandered as rats by those who thought that they were cornered, trapped, finished. Well, we Aussies, we love a little bit of self-depreciating humour, and in typical larrikin defiance, like the cockroaches of Queensland or the cane toads of New South Wales, they embraced the name. And for 242 days, our men didn't just hold the line. They struck fear into the enemy throughout the night. Australian Lieutenant General Leslie Morshead, he earned the nickname Ming the Terrible for his aggressive defence. And though those men, though they lived like rats, they fought like lions. Under constant artillery barrages, tank assaults, Stuka dive bomber attacks, and the extreme desert conditions of scorching days and freezing nights. With dwindling supplies of food and water, bitten out by plagues of fleas and flies, our men held, supplied through the Mediterranean by the scrap iron flotilla, a legend all in itself, our men held. Much to the annoyance of the British, for our defiance of authority, we fought back as this land bred us to do. But what you must understand is that these rats, these Anzacs, they weren't career soldiers. They didn't have fancy titles or flash gear like the British. They were us. The everyday bloke, the shearer, the truckie, the apprentice, and the father who kissed his children and wife goodbye. They had nothing but each other, yet they did their duty to their home, to their nation, the nation they loved. Today it is us. Our siege is different. Oh yes, it is the insidious betrayal from within by the bureaucrats, the foreign lobbies, the globalists, and the silver spoon politicians who in their lives have never dug a post hole. They look down on the everyday Aussie. They slander you as the rats, as deplorables. But we stand regardless against the unjust policy of our homes being snapped up by foreigners, for the young Aussie families sleeping in cars, and against our farms and resources being sold off to international interests. And our children who are taught to be ashamed of their culture, their heritage, and their skin. We marshal to reverse our stagnating wages, our rising cost of living, and our streets which have become unsafe to walk, as English, the voice of our nation, is ever being drowned out by growing ethnic conclaves who refuse to assimilate. And the avoidable energy crisis that we now live within. We Australian people, including our Indigenous brothers and sisters, we know survival in one of the harshest environments. We know challenge, and that this continent belongs to us. One people under one flag with a shared future. And the future we fight for is for Australian lands to once again belong only to Australian citizens. That we toil the wealth beneath our feet. That the ports and infrastructure again return to Australian hands. No more selling off the farm, and the mass migration will be reversed. Australia will grow through her own families, and millions will leave. For until the young have homes again they can afford, until our streets are safe and kids are taught that they belong, we will be heard in every city across this nation and beyond. And just like the rats of Tobruk, we've got each other, we've got the determination to see it done. So thank you, and let us restore traditional Australia.
Good work, Lockie. What a legend. Ladies and gents, you guys know this song, but feel free to change the lyrics. We are doing an anti-immigration rally, anti-mass immigration rally. Yes. So feel free to change it to "We don't want anyone," if you would like. Oh. Sorry, ladies and gents. You know the song. Here we go. Hey! Oh yeah. You're always gonna be the one. You only ever did it just for fun. You're on the path. Doing all the Aussie classics today, in case you didn't notice. Hey! I meet you at the grocery store. You don't need a friend when you can score. You're on the paradise. Oh, Scotty loves this one. Here we go. Together and friend, you're on the paradise. Can't say that about here. And mama, not to worry about me anymore. When I see you dancing at the door, you're on the paradise. The time we had it all worked out. We were young, long knew we could do no wrong. The time we were so surprised. Open their eyes. Open their eyes. Why to let it slip away? Why to let it slip away? Run to paradise. Run to paradise. Run to paradise. Who's gonna be the air guitar for me? It's gonna be alright. Don't have no back to walk in the light. You might fight yourself, but hold my head up. Hold my head up. We don't want anyone. We don't want anyone. Don't tell me this is paradise. Yeah, right together. We don't want anyone. We don't want anyone. Don't tell me this is paradise. Don't tell me this is paradise. I can't do this again. I'm back. We don't want anyone. We don't want anyone. Don't tell me this is paradise. All right.
There he is. See, Scott Chalon, he wants to come up here without getting introduced. The man with the pitchfork and the chicken, you know what I mean? But he has to get introduced, all right? Because he's got this crazy work ethic and he's pretty humble, right? And he'll be like, oh, it's a team effort. It's like, buddy, we all just rock up and do it. And he pulls it together. He's the real man. So give the dude a pat on the back and a clap. Now, God bless him. Keep him in your prayers because we need warriors, right? It's going to take individuals inside all of you as something amazing, right? And this country needs it. He's activated the thing in him. So have all the speakers, and you can activate it too, young person. So here he is. God bless you.
Thank you, Darcy. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Australians. Hear that word? Australians. Hear that? I want you to say it. Australians! What do we want? Deportations! That one's for the ABC. We love it when they say. They love it when we say that. All right, here we are. You are the vanguard. What do I mean by that? We are deep into enemy territory here. Coming from Queensland, I can tell you right now, this place feels like a foreign country to me. It's got Australians in it, but I don't know, it feels like I'm in a video game full of NPCs, non-player characters. It's weird. I've come down here twice with the lobby group, been to Parliament, met with multiple politicians, nice people, listening to what we've got to say. Not going hard enough yet, I might add, just so they can hear me. And of course, I've got my pitchfork to remind them that they're not going hard enough yet. We want more. And I feel like I'm in a foreign land. Because from Queensland, and plenty of you have travelled interstate as well, this place is so disconnected from the reality on the ground of what your lived experience is. In Australia, you're a truckie, you're a tradie, you're a farmer, you wear high vis, you get up and work, you're a mum, you're a grandma. All of you all know it ain't right, mate. Something's wrong here. Something's real wrong. I was talking to a bloke this morning, he's a crane driver. Earns pretty good money, plant operator. Earns pretty good money. Not enough. It's never enough. There's not enough left over anymore. They take everything now. They take everything now. They leave you with just enough to make it through to the next crisis. Just enough. And if you notice how we bounce from one crisis to another crisis to another crisis. And then they just pump people in here like crazy. And then they say, oh, you're lying, the migration numbers aren't that bad. Meanwhile, 90,000 arrivals in February. 90,000. I'm sorry, but it's time to shut the gates. Say it. Shut the gates. 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 Yes. Righto, Australia. Why have I got a pitchfork? Because in the olden days, a couple hundred years ago, you and me and this crowd, we would have got pitchforks and torches, and we would have marched on up into that building, and we would have had a very strongly worded conversation with those people, wouldn't we? But that's not how we operate anymore. We have rubber chickens instead, right? Because we're not into violence. We're into action and activity and getting involved. You're deep in the heart of enemy territory here. Well, you are showing the rest of Australia that it's okay to have this conversation, that it's okay to talk about what the future of our country looks like, and that you have a stake in it, and you want your children to have a stake in it, and everyone deserves to have a future that they can believe in. And right now, there's a bunch of kids growing up in a country that thinks that it hates them.
They do. 100%.
Shame! 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 So we've got pitchforks, we've got music, we've got you beautiful people, and we've got a bunch of Australian flags, and we are letting the politicians know that we want an end to mass immigration.
Absolutely.
And then we want to end the foulest thing of all, foreign lobbying. Foreign lobbying. Foreign interests. Foreign lobbying. Telling your government what to do, and them nodding their heads, going, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Meanwhile, you lose your job, you lose your business, and your kids have no future. Is that fair? No! And we're saying no. We want to shut the gates and we want to end foreign lobbying. I am so proud of you people for coming today. Every single one of you has a heart full of courage. And it's guys like you and ladies like you that make me feel like what we can keep going. That as a team, we've got this together. Because you're showing the rest of Australia it's all right to be here. And when we do the national tour from September to November, and we come back to Canberra in November for Remembrance Day week, we will own this ground with 1 million people. Watch this space coming to a town near you. Thank you, Australia. Thank you to everyone who volunteered and helped today, and thank you so much to Destiny Church and everyone. Yeah, I love you all.
Can you stay right there, Scotty?
Love you, Scotty.
Because this next song's kind of funny. We made a boo-boo in Brisbane with this one. We upset some people. I didn't even know why. I just played a song. Anyway, the Hoodoo Boohoos got really upset about it.
The Hoodoo Boohoos. So what do we do when the Hoodoo Boohoos get upset?
So we thought, well, out of respect, let's do it again! God, there's someone see, we're having a good time. This is your heritage and culture, your country. We want to see you enjoy it. And another thing, I've been wondering, tell me how you been. Now the page is set, where's the Juliet, baby? Is it crazy? I'm something that's great. Go ahead, this. What's my sin? What's my sin? What's my sin? What's my sin? Like a Shallowchal, always had it now, new blood. Oh, I do good if you tell me your name. Playing solitaire, don't tell me where you would. Honey, you could play by any rules that you name. What's my fate? What's my fate? What's my fate? Come on, here we go. Tell me, I gotta know. What's my fate? What's my fate? They say, making love is a better way. They say, being known is a better day. Any day. Oh, sorry, Hoodoo Gurus. This is such a good song, we had to play it again. how have you been? Scotty loves it, right? And the teacher said, where's my Juliet, baby? Is it maybe mommy coming out straight? What's my fate? What's my fate? What's my fate? Tell me, I gotta know. What's my fate? What's my fate? How about this? Just to show them how much we all love their beautiful song. Let's do a bit of a sing-along. Here we go. I wanna hear you. What's my fate? What's you'll say 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yes. So you just got to tell them, mate, we tried to not play it, but we just love your song so much. Thank you very much.
Oh, how are you? He told me to dance around with the flag, and I said no. And I went and found 2 pretty girls with Aussie flags, right? So we're saving the country. We've got Matt Canavan. Here he is. This dude, the Nationals, he's not ripping the mic off the hand yet. We're going to roast him a little bit, right? But guess what? He's always actually done a good job. And I think he's going to continue doing a good job, but he could go a bit harder, right? So give him hell!
Thanks, Dusty. Thank you very much, Dusty. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being here. It's great to be with you. It's great to be with you because we're here to just do one thing, aren't we? One thing. We're here to celebrate Australia, aren't we? That's what we're here for. We're here to celebrate what our great country, what Australia was, what Australia should be, and what Australia will be again. That's what we're here to celebrate. And when we do that, we're going to get something called unity. I think we've just had a little bit too much talk of diversity. We're all different. I look out on this, it's all different people, got different hair colours, different colour skin, different BMIs. You know, we got different everything. And that's great. But we now just talk all about that, and we don't talk enough about unifying, about we're one nation. Because there is one thing that we all share despite all those differences. We are all Australians. And that's what we've got to celebrate now. I've had this amazing responsibility, now being leader of the Nationals Party, a great party, and it's caused me to I had to go out camping in Hay and Deniliquin and Griffith the last few weeks, trying to win an election. But more than that, what has been great about doing that is being in an area of our country which just exemplifies our pioneering spirit. We are a pioneering nation. We took a country that was arid, that was desolate, that was sparsely populated, and made it into this wonderful place. The best country on earth. Best country on earth. Do you know 100 years after the first fleet arrived, Australia was the richest country in the world in per person terms. Just 100 years from nothing to that. And now we've got these mob up here. And just 4 years, they've taken our standard of living, our wealth, back 15 years. In just 4 years. Our wages have gone down, people's costs have gone up, and our borders just totally open. And we need to call that out because we don't need to be like this, right? We've got all these resources in this country. We're very, very lucky. We're the only country in the world with our own continent. We've got everything we need. And now we have to go begging to the rest of the world for basic essentials. And so what's happening up there? What's happening up there with the current Labor government? Well, they're not following an Australian agenda. They're not putting our nation's interests first. You can see that right now. They're going to other countries to get oil. Yet the Prime Minister won't meet with the Queensland Premier to produce oil here. Why are we supporting foreign oil and foreign jobs and not supporting domestic oil and domestic jobs? Why are we doing that? Drill, baby, drill. We're doing that because this government focuses on a global socialist agenda. It wants to take away our energy. It wants to tell us what to say, and wants to flood our country with just whoever wants to arrive. And we shouldn't be shy about saying we have to have strong borders, because it's the only way to unify. Like if we don't have a high hurdle to get into this nation, to become an Australian, then we won't be united, because we won't know who the hell's around us, right? We won't know. We are. I'm a product of migration. My grandfather came here from Italy after the Second World War, and when he came, it was hard. He had to cut cane in North Queensland. He had to work. There was no welfare. He had to work, and it was very, very hard to become an Australian citizen. He had to go through the ringer. I've seen it all. I've got the papers from the National Archives down there. He went through the ringer to be naturalised. He wanted to be Australian. He loved this country. And that's the way it should be. Because when we do that, when we know that people coming here want to work and they want to contribute and they're good people, then we can all keep something that is quintessentially Australian, and that's mateship. Right? They will be our mate, and we will protect them then. But if we keep this current approach, we're just going to fracture our whole country, like you can see. And so I am, and Angus, we all are now about re-strengthening our borders. We've done it before. Tony Abbott and John Howard stopped the boats. They secured our borders. We're going to do it again. We're going to check who's coming to this country. We're going to have better standards, and we're going to bring the numbers down. They've got to come way down. Way down. And yes, if you don't share our values, as Angus and I said, if you don't share our values, you're getting deported. You're going back overseas, right? It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. And then we've got to end all these scams, all these. We've got to get rid of net zero, right? So net zero is just another word for socialism, right? Because to get to net zero, they've got to tell you what energy you can use, what car you can drive, what food you can eat. They even want to tell you what you can say, right? That is socialism, and we're against socialism. They've got to go. It's got to be ended. Because all we need to do now, I think the Australian people are with us, you're with us. We've got all this sentiment over the past years bubbled up. Because all we need to do is we've got a great metaphor here, I think. All we need to do is take the power from up there and put it back to the people down here. That's what needs to happen. Because up there, they're not following the Australian people. You can see how frustrated people are. All we've got to do is put it back here. And when the patriots are back in control, when people are back in control, we're going to unleash the potential of this nation like you've never seen before. And we've got so much. We're going to be unified. We're going to be prosperous. We're going to be rich. And we'll be unified again. Thank you very much, everyone. God bless, and God bless Australia. Thank you.
Did he go hard enough? No, we love him. We love him. We love him. We love him. But we need him to go a bit harder than that, I think. The young kids need to be able to have the same opportunities I had. I'm the Dusty Bogan, right? That's my name. So in this country, a Bogan could make it, right? A Bogan could make it. And that's what Australia is about. But right now, actually, I feel for the Bogans, right? We're suffering. I look pretty good. My missus got me to get a haircut. And, I suppose stink, but that's all right. We've got our next speaker, and he goes hard. The British Australian community, right? Because there's this multiculturalism happening. And who represents the Aussie, the Bogan? And there's, way more to Australia than just the Bogans, But this guy totally... The British Australian community, Harry, thanks for coming, bud. We appreciate you. Give him a clap. I'll stick it in here for you.
There's cameras watching, shut up. All right. Thanks, Dusty, for a brilliant job you're doing emceeing up here. It's great. So I'm going to start off with acknowledgement, okay? The British Australian community acknowledges the Anglo explorers, pioneers and their descendants who planted the British flag, Western civilization, and the Christian faith on this continent, creating the Australian nation. We acknowledge the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples who've lived here since the dream time. And we acknowledge the Federal Commonwealth of Australia, created by the nation under the Crown to guard the nation and the liberty of all citizens. Thank you. Now, you might be wondering, why is a POM whinging about immigration? And I'm not here to complain about housing or infrastructure or cost of living, which are all bad. Our main complaint is the attack on the nation. What is a nation? A nation is an ethnic group living in its homeland. So the Chinese living in China or the Indians living in India are nations, and good luck to them. The nation of Australia was founded and settled by an ethnic group. From the start, the colony and later the nation was British and European. Here's some quotes from our early prime ministers. Our first prime minister was called Sir Edmund Barton, and he said, "There is not one syllable that I have uttered in connection with making Australia white that I wish to retract, and there is not one that I'm not proud of." Our second Prime Minister came along, his name was Alfred Deakin, and he said, "You probably believe that a white Australia is secure. I hope it is, but it won't be secure unless a vigilant watch is kept upon proposals to tamper with it." Somewhat prophetic. The third Prime Minister was Chris Watson, and he said, whilst talking about non-European immigration, "We should be foolish in the extreme if we did not exhaust every means of preventing them from coming to this land which we have made our own." This continued on for the first 15 Prime Ministers. And then we got Gough Whitlam. And from then on, the political class began to betray us. Malcolm Fraser said he wanted to break the back of white Australia. He said Australians should never be allowed to vote on immigration because you always get it wrong. Bob Hawke admitted that there was bipartisan agreement on non-discriminatory immigration. So you talk about the Uniparty, there it was right there. Paul Keating, who came after him, just called Angus Taylor a racist because he wanted to deport illegals. Then we had John Howard. He pretended to be tough on immigration while ramping up mass third world immigration massively. He lied to us. Then there's Rudd, Gillard, Abbott, Turnbull, Morrison, and now Albanese. Different parties, same agenda. None of it democratic and none of it legitimate. As best as I can determine, recent immigration from the UK makes up around 3 to 5% of our total intake, and the rest of Western Europe all combined makes up about the same, about 3 to 5%. That's from a massive immigration stream. Now, the Australian nation can absorb a lot of POMs, and even quite a few Europeans. It can even absorb small numbers of non-Europeans who assimilate over generations. But what we have now is a tsunami of non-Western migrants that's drowning out our nation. It's like we've gone from a white Australia policy to a non-white Australia policy.
100%.
The nation is dying. The Australia that we knew and loved is going extinct if we don't do something about it. Our ethnic group living in this homeland is being drowned out by hostile elites who've stolen our Commonwealth. They're flooding our nation with foreigners, many of whom, or even most of whom, are innocent, by the way. They've stolen our Commonwealth and our national state apparatus, and we want it back. A wise man once said to me, we have so many problems. We got government debt, we've got schooling that's all over the place, we've got housing problems, crime. We can't focus on all of them, so we need to prioritise. So what do we prioritise? Well, how about the survival of our people? That's what the Australian community is obsessed with. The survival of our people and the survival of our homeland. Google us on your phone now and join up. BritishAustralianCommunity.com.au. And don't forget the Australian lobby group who's put this all on. A huge thanks to Scotty and the boys who've moved mountains, okay? Those of you who think, I can't do anything, I'm just one person, go and have a look at Scotty. Okay, most of us can't do what Scotty's doing, but just by showing up, you guys have done amazing things. Just, if we were here on our own, this would be a fizz. So congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Harry. British Australian community. I don't know why they always want to be in my spot. Thank you. So I saw these lyrics going around on X, Twitter. You'll know the song, but I thought I'd do these interesting lyrics. I don't know who wrote them, and I need to read them off a screenshot, but it's pretty interesting. You'll know the song. Traveling as a sold-out Aussie on a global trail that's full of calming. I met a strange lady, she's in a teal shirt. She took the cash and made Simon breakfast. And she said, do you come from the land we plunder, where teals flow and men cover? Can you hear the thunder? She said, you better run, get insurance covered. Yeah. Saw what they done to Brussels. The boys there now, they got no muscle. I said, speaking my language. He just smiled and gave me a label-light sandwich. Okay. And he said, I run from a land down under, where beer costs more and men wonder. Hey. Can you hear the thunder? He said, you better run, 'cause they're taking over. Yeah. That's interesting. Coming fast now from Bombay, with the speech law and not much to say. I said to the man, are you trying to rent me? They're filling up the land of plenty. He said, oh, we come to a land down under, where teals blow and men cower. Can you hear the thunder? He said, you better run, we're taking over. Colonizing the land down under, where teals blow and men thunder. Can you hear the thunder? He said, you better run, 'cause they're taking over. What do you reckon of that version?
Shout out to Matt Canavan. Shout out to Matt Canavan.
Oh, shout out to Matt Canavan. Oh, was that his? There we go. On X.
Yo. a Matt Canavan, and let's say I think there could be one national. That could become a thing in the future, right?
One national.
One national. Don't, and that might frustrate Matt and Pauline, but because we love them both, we've got them both here today, and Pauline's about to come up on stage. She is like the Queen of Australia. I could talk all day how much I love you. We were on the same plane ride, and I was like, I'm going to sneak up the front for a hug. No, I didn't. Anyway, I love you, Pauline. You're a legend. That was a stinky bogan hug. I'm sorry.
I didn't notice. G'day. Hello, my fellow Aussies. How are you? It's great to see so many of you. You are the reason this is going to be so successful, that you came out today to actually show your support for against mass migration. That's what this is about. And yep, you know, it's all right to get the politicians. You might get a few of us down here, but then again, where are the rest of the bastards? Why aren't they here? Where is Anthony Albanese? Why haven't they done anything about the mass migration that's coming into Australia? We need to reduce the numbers, as I have said for many, many years. My tune has not changed. I am not against migration at all. You have to do it in a managed way. You have to bring in the right people who want to assimilate. But if you listen to Burke, Minister Burke, he doesn't believe they should actually assimilate. Didn't he say that? I don't believe people should assimilate. He said they should remain who they are. Well, in that case, why come to Australia? And I get so annoyed when people say, well, what is an Australian? What is an Australian, mates? Okay? We know we have our own culture, our own way of life, our own identity. We are proud of our nation. We fly the Australian flag. We don't fly the Italian flag, the British flag, the flag of the USA or any other flag. We are Australians. And yesterday was the day where we commemorated those men and women that have fought and died and lost their lives to ensure that we have a decent standard of living, way of life and our security, who we are as Australians. That's what it's about. What can we do for the future? You know, the number of people that have come up to me today and said, thank you. Thank you. It's very touching, because when I got into this 30 years ago, on 2nd of March, I was first elected to Parliament, come out of my small business, and I stood my ground on one issue: equality for all Australians. It wasn't good enough for the Liberal Party or John Howard. That's when they threw me out of the Liberal Party. But people of Australia understood what I was saying, because I went on to win that seat with the biggest swing in the nation of 22%. Today, that is still my message: equality for all Australians. And I was just talking to Kangaroo Jack, and we're on this. Yep, he's a great guy, isn't he? First time I've met him and had a talk with him, and we're on the same page. And I said, well, let's work together. Let's pull this country together. Regardless of who your cultural background or what your skin colour is, that's got nothing to do with it. And I still stand for equality for all Australians. Get rid of these departments, Aboriginal departments, that you will get looked after on an individual needs basis, not based on your cultural background or your race. We all need that assistance. That's where my job as a Member of Parliament is, not for Palestine, not for Gaza, not for Israel, not for Britain, anyone else, but here for Australia. My job is to stand up and represent the people here first and foremost, to clean up our own backyard first and foremost, to ensure that people are not living homeless or couch surfing, to look after our veterans, those people that have been discarded and thrown to one side and not being looked after by our governments. I want to see unity in our nation. That's what's so important to me. And I want to see people, the young ones, coming forward, that they want to own their own homes. They can't afford to rent a house. I had a young kid over here. He's only about, I'd say about 10. He said, I want to be a farmer. And his mother's saying, I want him to be a farmer. We are not looking after our farming sector either. We're destroying them, their ability to grow the food for our own nation, but also to export it. We're seeing this country going to an absolute mess. But there are many things that we're fighting for in this parliament, for you, the people. As the party is growing, and I thank you for your support and you've become a member. Thank you very, very much for that. We won 7 seats in South Australia. We are hoping we got the by-election on Saturday in Nepean, and we actually have the seat in Farah where we're sitting on 41% at the moment, and hopefully we will win that seat. That will give Barnaby a mate in the lower house to work with him, so that'll be great. Barnaby is absolutely loving being with One Nation. He's now got a voice. He sees purpose, that he can say what he wants to say. He's not been controlled. I don't control my members of parliament because we all are on the same page, working for you without fear or favour. So to each and every one of you that have turned up here today, you are the voice. Never forget that. You have a right to have a voice, you have a right to have an opinion, and make sure you use that. Otherwise, these governments around the country will suppress you as much as they can, put you down, and that's where we have to bring our freedom of speech back. And that's why I was pushing for it to be enshrined in our constitution, our right to freedom of speech, which One Nation will keep fighting for. And just to let you know, if we do get the numbers, we will repeal those hate speech laws that are shutting us down. We have a lot of work to do, but you, the people, must make sure you make your vote count at the ballot box. And don't keep returning these idiots back into this place that do not deserve your vote or do not regard you at all. We are all Aussies. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. It's been wonderful to be here with you today. Thank you, Scotty, for the kind invitation.
Thanks, Pauline. She's amazing. And she's got what an amazing team, you know. So the crowd loves her. She can't go anywhere. People line up for a photo, right? But the people she's getting in are going to really do the work, because true leadership is handing it on to the next generation, right? So we've got a young man, Kangaroo Jack, a young Aboriginal bloke. So we're thinking like, here's a 26-year-old, just a young lad, a young Aboriginal guy who's really passionate about bringing Aussies, white Aussies and black Aussies together. You can't even say black and white anymore because they live in a fantasy world. But this young man, Kangaroo Jack, he brings it. He brings it and he speaks the truth. Here he is. Love the shirt, bro. Really grateful to have you here, bro.
How are we, legends? So I just really quickly had a yarn with Pauline just then, and absolutely enjoyed having a conversation with her, to be fair. Don't agree with everything, but it was great that she listened, and thank you, Pauline, and can't wait to see what the future holds for our great country. I've written a speech here that I really want to get out to you guys, and if everyone could just take a minute to listen, that'd be fantastic, because we're all here for the same thing, and that's for our country, our great country, the greatest country on earth. My fellow Australians, today we stand in a pivotal moment. Our nation is built on the ancient wisdom of the first peoples and the dreams of those who followed. But we can't let division tarnish that shared legacy. Too long we have allowed differences to exploit, putting us against one another, while foreign agendas and external divisions threatened our unity. We must remember that the future of this country is the future we shape together. Think back to the moments of unity, like the 1967 referendum when Australians of all backgrounds stood as one and recognised the rights of Indigenous people, one of the greatest moments in the history of this country. These moments remind us of what we can achieve when we look at each other in the eye, not as rivals, but as brothers and sisters of this land. The strength of Australia lies in our shared love of this country, our deep connection to this land, the stories that ensure no external forces will ever divide us. We should be standing side by side at every step we get, honouring Indigenous knowledge, respecting every contribution and working for a future where every child, Indigenous and non-Indigenous, newly arrived, can be proud of our great country. We shape a nation where every voice is heard. No one can turn against us. Nobody. Nobody from Palestine or any other country can come here and dictate us. One of the most powerful things I think we all have to remember is, and this is to my Indigenous brothers and sisters across Australia, we died in wars with white people. Our people died, black and white. We can never effing forget that. And we have to use that as a way to come together. We have to. We've got people coming in from all over the world who are using Indigenous people for their movement, the Palestine movement. I'm not Palestinian. I'm an Indigenous Australian and proud of this country. I also want to say as well, probably about a year ago, I burnt the Union Jack, and I want to be honest with you guys. I want to be honest with you guys, because if I'm not honest, then I might as well get off stage. I burnt the Union Jack, and since then I've grown and I've realised, why the fuck are we burning flags? I'm never going to burn the Australian flag again. None of our flags should be burnt. And we see the Australian flag here with the beautiful flags, the Torres Strait Islander flag, the Aboriginal flag and the Australian flag. They are the only flags that should ever be flying in this country. And I want to finish saying thank you to the organisers. Really encourage yourselves to put that arm reach out and say, you know what? Our Indigenous brothers and sisters, we are here to listen. I want to work with white fellas. I want to look after our country. Together as one. We can't have, this is a thing that has been infuriating me for years. All these other foreign movements always use Indigenous people to go against white people. What the fuck are we dealing with here? Sorry for swearing. We're not divided. Everybody wake up. Be proud of the Indigenous flag, because it's a part of who we are. And we'll be proud of your flag. Love you all. Stand strong. Go the Aussies.
What a great young man. 26. And you know, you got to be like brave to actually say stuff on social media. At 26, he's got his life ahead of him to say black fellas and white fellas need to get together instead of trying to bring everyone in from around the world and think we're going to solve all them problems. We can't fix our own backyard. What's going on? But you know, and I think we put that young man between Pauline Hanson and Bob Catter, because we got to elevate the young man. But Bob Catter is coming up here and he's given his life for this country, hasn't he? And he's got his son doing the same. So we appreciate Bob Catter, everything he does. He's the one guy who can have more than 5 minutes. Don't tell the boss. Alright? But he's a weapon. God bless him.
An old gentleman, a returned serviceman, came into my office 2 weeks ago when they announced they were prosecuting Ben Roberts-Smith, and he threw his medals across the table, and he said, take them down and give them to Albanese. And I wrote across the top, shame, shame, shame. But a man, all of the authorities in Australia decided that this was the bravest man that had ever fought and defended this country. And that is why they are spitting on him, because he's a great Australian. That is why they're spitting upon them. Now, one way or another, I'm going to get their names. They have actually passed legislation in Western Australian government, to their shame, they passed it saying no one can release the names of the people that made the decision on Ben Roberts. Now look, people, I have to give you the bad news, but you belong to a dying race. When 20 Australians die, they're only replaced by 15 people. So let's all say goodbye to each other, because under the leadership that we have had in this country that stinks, that's what we've come to. People, and worse than that probably, is I found out to my horror 3 weeks ago that more people are coming in on student visas than everything else put together. So there's about 450,000 come in on all sorts of visas. They quote, one visa, the migration visa. There's 8, 10, 12 visas you can come in on. The student visas. 450,000 are coming in and only 40,000 leave. So there's not 500,000 people coming in every year. There is 1 million people. And they're coming from countries, no rule of law, no democracy, no Christianity, no industrial awards. Well, what the hell are you bringing them into this country for? And we all know why Tony Burke and Penny Wong are bringing them into this country. They're farming into Labor electorates where they can get complete control of the Labor Party. And although he's made any effort to do something about that, well, they've been pretty futile. That's all I'd say. I want to tell you just a little time, take a minute and a half, a little story. I went down to the RSL. I was the unit historian for the 49th Battalion. We're at war. I don't know, in Borneo or Vietnam. We always seemed to be at war in those days. And I was the unit historian for 49th Battalion, 1,000 men in a battalion. Anyway, I said to the Colonel, mate, we covered ourselves in glory in the First World War, but the Second World War, well, it's a bit iffy. So what do you want to do, Cutter? I want to go down to the RSL. This is only 18 years, 17 years after the war, and ask around, because we might have been a fallback battalion. But then on the other hand, he said, yeah, right, I'll do that. So I went down the RSL. I said, anyone here know anything about 49th Battalion in the war? And bloke yelled out, yeah, mate, come down here. The 49th Battalion. I said, yeah, I'm the historian for the 49th Battalion. He said, when they were relieved, they're the worst hit of all, when they were relieved at Sanananda, there are only 28 of them able to walk out unassisted from the trenches. He said, you know how many men left Port Moresby? 783 men left Port Moresby. And that was all that was left of us, 28. And he said, 783, and I said, 28. He said, 783. I said, 28. Well, are we going to let those people down? Are we going to let those people down? No. Two other things I want to say before I go. We say in our party, no migration without assimilation. Right? No migration without assimilation. Do you come from a country with democracy? No. Do you come from a country with rule of law? No. Do you come from a country with Christianity? No. Do you come from a country with industrial awards? No. Then I am saying no to you. You won't set foot in this country. Give us the power. I suppose one other thing. We're also a bank. This is no news to any of you. That we're bankrupt. We only have, because we buggered every industry with our free market policies, which the rest of the world thought was bloody terrific. You can send anything into Australia anytime. The only country on earth where there's no protection at all. We sent our gladiator into the ring, and they said to the gladiator, hey mate, give me your shield and your helmet. And he says, hey, the old bloke's got a shield and a helmet. And, oh no mate, you fight without a shield and a helmet, it'll make you tough. And the gladiator says, no it won't, it'll make me dead. And And that's what's happened here. But we only have 3 sources of income to Australia. We buy everything from overseas, but to buy it, we've only got 3 things that we can sell: iron ore, coal, and gas. Our country sold the gas, government sold the gas for 6 cents a unit. 6 cents a unit. We are now buying our own gas back, that's if we can get it, at $19.20 a unit. Who's running this country? Who's running this country? We're going to close the coal industry down because Australia's going to save the planet. Like 24 million people on a planet of 8,000 people. We're going to save the planet by closing the coal industry down and buying all of our electricity from China. My wife bought all her electricity from China. Those solar panels all come from China. So now we get not only everything else from China, but we also get our electricity. And finally, I want to say that Matt Canavan's there, and I hold out faith that Matt will change things inside his party, and it won't be easy for him. You know, I hope we can work, more closely with Pauline and her mob and various other groups. And Di Lee refers to us, used to be the awesome foursome, but now we've grown to the Fab Five. There's 5 of us, and we vote together are very much in the interests of Australia. We're not interested in pleasing some little pissant party people in Sydney. We'll be looking after people that sent us to Canberra or to Sydney or Brisbane. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to remember this. Please don't ever forget my battalion, the 49th Battalion. 783 of us went up there in a desperate effort to stop the invasion of Australia, and only 28 of us survived. Who are we? Who are we? Who are we? God's blessings upon you all. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob Catter. What an inspiration. Fighting a battle like that. Unreal. He just keeps fighting, but that's what we all need to be like. Like, he's the oldest running the most amount of time in Parliament. So he's been battling for us for so long. And one man has done a lot, and he's inspired a lot of people, and there's going to be more and more and more of us rising up. We got the boys on the guitar. Stephen Shavira. This man, he always gets himself in trouble.
I dragged him up.
Thrash it.
This next song is like Paul Kelly wrote a song about this building up here. I've done all the dumb things. Come on, people. All right. Welcome, strangers, to our show. I'm the one who should be lying low, so the knobs out, turn my back. Heard the train coming, stayed out on the track. In the middle of a dream. I lost my shirt, I'm on my rig. I thought of dumb things. Caught the fever, heard the tune, but I lost her, hung my heart on the moon. Studied a really made no sense. Some of my friends would rush to my defense. In the middle of a dream. I lost my shirt up on my wrist. I thought of something. I get up to Steve on the guitar here. Doesn't stop me from going through these things twice. I figured I was out. I said, boys, train coming straight out on the track. In the middle of the green. I've lost my shirt, I've pulled my wrist. I've done all the dumb things. Yeah, good up for singing on the guitar. Thanks, brother.
Yo, Lyle Shelton, he's coming up. Do you know this guy? He runs Family First Political Party. And I've been his mate for a while, and he seems to always get himself in trouble. #1 Twitter troll, I call him, so watch out, kids. Don't give him a follow, but all the adults give him a go. Legend.
Thanks very much, Dusty. Great to be here today. We're here because we've been betrayed as a nation by the people in that building. Australia did not become the envy of the world by accident. We were not lucky. We were formed. We became a high-trust society for a reason, and high-trust societies are free societies. So what made Australia like that? Well, at Federation, bit of a history lesson here, in 1901, almost the entire population of Australia, 96 to 97%, identified as Christians. I don't know what the other 3% identified as. Now, they weren't saints, far from it, but there was a shared moral code, a shared understanding of what is right and wrong, a virtue that ran deep within our culture, so deep that ordinary Australians petitioned the founding fathers to make sure that God was acknowledged in our constitution. And so we got the words, humbly relying on the blessing of Almighty God. That's who we were 125 years ago. And those Christian virtues, whether you believed in the faith or not, they shaped our nation and made us who we are. Love of neighbour, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Put others before self. And those virtues showed up at Anzac. Mateship, courage, sacrifice. As Christ's words repeated at the dawn service say, greater love has no man than this, that he lay down his life for his friends. And that's what they did in their tens of thousands so that we could live free. But look at us now. Something has changed. We're losing that freedom. As G.K. Chesterton said, when people stop believing in God, they don't believe in nothing, but they'll believe in anything. And that's where we are today. We forgot God, and now we're ruled by politicians who don't humbly rely on the blessings of Almighty God, because they think they are gods. They think they can control the climate. They think they can redefine human nature. They think they can change a man into a woman. They think all cultures are equal and that it doesn't matter who comes to our nation. And here's the kicker. The ones who don't think like that are too scared to speak up. We're now living with the consequences of electing leaders who think they are gods. Energy prices through the roof, young Australians locked out of housing, free speech under attack, a nation losing its confidence. We are being governed by fools. We are sheep without a shepherd. So yes, we're here rightly to protest today, as is our right as free citizens in a democratic society. And yes, we demand better. But hear this clearly, because in a democracy like ours, our politicians don't just lead the nation, they reflect it. So if we want our country back, we have to rebuild again from the ground up. To do that, we're going to have to dig deep and rediscover that Anzac spirit, each one of us. That starts with discovering a word that's gone out of favour, and that's called virtue. Virtue, which produces wisdom that sustains freedom, comes from only one source, and that is the God of the Christian Bible. History is clear. Societies shaped by biblical Christianity have not been perfect societies, but they have been the most free, the most stable, and the most prosperous the world has ever seen. That is not an accident, it's just an historical fact. Cultures are not equal. So if you want your nation back, don't just look to the parliament. Each of us needs to look to our own heart. In your life, in my life, we need to recover the virtue that comes from knowing God. In our family, in my family, in our communities. And from there, we raise up leaders to replace the fools in that place. Leaders who carry convictions that come from virtue, that come from faith. That is how nations are rebuilt. And that is how we take Australia back. There's no other way. Thank you. God bless.
Lyle the legend. We're getting through the list. We're going to be quick, so we're pumping him through. He's got another song for you.
You guys know this one, surely. Come on, Aussies. Don't be shy, I want to hear you. It's working hard to make a living. Yes. There we go, it's beautiful. All the song left to carry on. Oh, he's a working class man. All right. He's a steel kind disciple. He's a legend of his kind. And he's running like a cyclone across the wide Wilson sky. Oh, he's a working class man. He's a lazy guy that never gets out when he can. Did his time in Vietnam, still mad at Uncle Sam. He's a simple man with a heart of gold and a complicated life. You know that's it. Oh. Yes. Help me out, come on. Well, he loves a little woman. Someday he'll make his wife. Saving all the overtime for the one love of his life. He ain't worried about tomorrow, 'cause he just made up his mind. Life's too short for burning bridges. You take it one day at a time. Oh, he's a working class man. Come on, how many we go? Oh, he's a working class man. Oh, yeah. Yes, he is. On the back of the hill. He's a working class man. Yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. He's a working class man. Come on, sis. Oh, no, 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 no. He's a working class man. All right. Some of all the Aussie rappers out there providing for a family. He's a working class man. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Always get lost back there. We got the man, Croc. Come up here, buddy. This dude, he's like Croc Turnbull. How many crocodiles are you wrestling on a day? Just too many jokes, aren't ya? Thanks, buddy.
G'day, folks. Great to see everyone coming out here. Thanks for coming out. Now, first off, I'd like to say I'm not a politician, so you're not going to get politics out of me, okay? But they've asked me to do a few lines. I normally get very nervous speaking in front of large crowds, so I took their advice. I went out the back, I did a few lines, and now I'm feeling pretty good. So first off, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the area, the Ngural people. I'd also like to acknowledge the current owners of the area, the Chinese Land Acquisition Company. It's not a joke, you know, it's not a joke. We've pretty much sold out. I mean, what happened to this country? What happened to our leaders? I mean, back in the 1980s, we had a Prime Minister that set the world record for the fastest yard glass of beer. How Aussie is that? I reckon Albo would have a hard time sculling a glass of milk. Seriously. And I think it's quite ironic as well, that this year is the 86th anniversary of The Wizard of Oz. Now, if that was filmed in current day, Dorothy wouldn't have to go to Oz to find someone with no heart, no brain and no courage. She could just go here. This place is full of them, But I've worked it out. If you break down the word politics, poly means many, right? And a tick is a blood-sucking insect. And that's what they're doing to their country. They're just sucking the life out of their country. We can't keep going like this, okay? We have to do something about it. We have to stop mass immigration, okay? Go back to quality immigration. And we have to get rid of all the illegals. Now, a lot of people say to me, well, how are you going to do that? Well, I've got a really good idea. It's really simple. All we do is all of us, we go down to the airport and we all just order Uber Eats. Whoever shows up with a package, here's a ticket. See you later. Bye-bye. Okay, it's going to be hard to get Uber Eats. We're going to have to drive down and drive through ourselves, but hey, sacrifice we're going to have to make. That's it. Send them back. But honestly, folks, we can't keep going like this. We have to do something. This is what we're all doing. We're all uniting, like Kangaroo Jack said. We've got to unite. Stand up for Australia. Because let's face it, folks, Australia is the best country in the world, bar none. Ask any Aussie. They'll tell you.
Oh, Croc, you legend. He's been with us up in Brisbane. He's come all the way down here. So, classic Australiana. So the next bloke, Mad Unit Phil. He's a wrestler in the indie wrestling scene. So, I said, don't hit me with a steel chair, bro. Don't beat me up. I think some of these nerd politicians probably got beaten up a bit too much when they were young, and we don't condone that. Keep it in the sport arena. But here he is. I'm sure he's going to be trouble.
You got that right. Absolutely. Hello everyone, how are we doing? Look, I'm going to read a lot of this because I can't memorize it all, so I'm just going to read it all. The world has changed. Young people are waking up in a world where they cannot attain what their parents have attained. They've been told to save money, put it in the bank so they can buy a house, get a good job, all that kind of stuff. It's all a scam. Young people who do the right thing are not being rewarded for it anymore. The things that were easy and clear before, but anyone with a good degree of intelligence realizes that this does not work as it did for the boomers. Immigration is not the sole cause, but it's a huge wedge. Nor do I blame the individual people for coming here for a better life. But if too many people come here for a better life, it makes everybody's life harder, including theirs. But that's what they want. Unfortunately, as the years go by, less and less people truly remember how good this place was. But my parents did. They were boomers, as I said. Children of new arrivals who were told to assimilate. They're not being told to assimilate now. Therefore, as a child of boomers, I had a great life too. The last generation to see parenting for what it was. Where one wage was enough to afford a home and comfortably too. My dad's first home cost 3 times his annual wages. So I was able to experience the perfect family life, growing up in the Sutherland Shire, and also growing up in the Shire as a brown kid. Did I experience any racism? No, absolutely not. As a millennial also, I'm the last generation that could actually stand a chance of getting a home if I got in early. Unfortunately, many didn't. Their race to a career stopped them from having kids, and the government started to realise this. A declining and ageing population, less taxpayers, so they decided to open the floodgates, telling us that they need to fill a construction skills shortage. So these bright sparks over here decided to let in millions of people who only do jobs that involve sitting at a desk. Many of them have good intentions, got a degree, but the problem is that now the job market is so flooded they sit in a pile of resumes, sometimes thousands for each job. Less Uber drivers, more tradies. That is my motto. About that, really quickly. I own a small residential trade business. We're plumbers. I hire and fire people all the time. How many of these people that have come to supposedly fill a construction skills shortage have applied for a job? Zero. Not one. But if I put up a job for admin or something like that, I get thousands of resumes from them. So that's another perspective. But at the same time, we've gone and done jobs for these people. And imagine the type of person, I go and fix their plumbing. And then at the same time, they ask me, can you come and hang a picture on the wall? I don't know how to do it. Is this the type of people we really want? But also, I do, in my line of work, I do meet a lot of new Australians who are actually disappointed. They were promised a dream job in IT, for example. They paid money to get here, then they paid a fortune to study, then finally they get that worthless piece of paper, only to then attach it to a pile of thousands of resumes with thousands of others. The lucky few may get a job, but many end up just doing Uber to survive or NDIS, but don't get me started on that. My point is, I miss the Australia that I grew up in, where we had a nightlife. I was a King's Cross bouncer nearly 20 years ago. It was a vibrant place, but it's not now. What was such a vibrant place is just acai barbers and tobacconists on every corner. I don't like it anymore. I'm over it. It's boring. At night now, the only thing we have to do is wait 45 minutes at some food truck to get some kind of slop. Is that really vibrant and fun? Anyone? No. Absolutely. But from these people in this building, the only defense that they have for this multiracial is completely fine, don't get me wrong. I'm mixed race, don't get me wrong here. But the only defense of this crap from these politicians is, but the food! I don't want to lose my culture over food. We can look up recipes on Google now. True? People are welcome here as my grandparents were, but the key word is mass. Mass. Not migrants, mass immigration. That's what we're talking about. Because my grandparents came here not to enforce their culture on this one, they came to leave their culture behind. That was the whole point of coming here. But it's deeper than that, and I'm going to end here. It's deeper than that. There's a purposeful agenda to destroy the West. They want a population of people who will not notice their corruption because they come from corrupt countries. That's the true plan. Full control, wages low, prices high. And it's the people like us here that they are afraid of the most. We do not want to end up like the UK. Thank you to Scott. Thank you to everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you very much.
Legend. No steel chairs got smashed, no one got hurt. Maybe some lefties had their feelings hurt. That's about it. We've got a beautiful young lady, Jasmine Rose. She defends a chick who defends blokes, which is amazing.
Australia first. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Give me a second. Technology. I meant to print out my notes. I didn't have time. Okay. Well, my name is Jasmine Rose. As a proud Australian woman standing here today, I'm not here angry just for the sake of it. I'm heartbroken. Heartbroken for the men out there quietly carrying the weight, breaking under pressure with no one checking in on them. Heartbroken for families doing everything right and still struggling. Trying to figure out how they're going to keep it all together.
There's nowhere to march to,
and heartbroken that the people running this country feel so out of touch with what everyday Australians are actually going through. I'm just going to say what a lot of people are too scared to. This pressure we're all feeling, that didn't just come out of nowhere. It come from decisions that have put everyday Aussies last. Housing is harder to get. Wages aren't keeping up. And our systems, our hospitals and our schools are stretched thin. Those people making these decisions aren't the ones feeling it. We are. The working Australians, the families, getting pushed to the back of the line in our own country. Our kids are growing up being told to expect less, work harder, and just deal with it. And honestly, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of watching good people get crushed while those in power pat themselves on the back. This is our home, our country, our future, and we should be allowed to stand up and say enough is enough. It's time to start putting Australians first again. Not long ago, things felt different. Mateship wasn't just something you said, it's how people lived. Communities were tighter, safer, stronger. Men worked hard, built something for their families and took pride in that. Without being made to feel like they had to apologise for it. But somewhere along the way, that shifted, and you can feel it. In young men who feel lost, like they've got no direction or purpose. We've somehow ended up in a place where strength is treated like a bad thing. In that silence, too many people feel like no one's actually listening anymore. But that hasn't made things better. Masculinity has been watered down, filtered, or pushed aside. It's just created confusion. And when boys grow up without something to aim for, they don't rise, they drift. Because strong men aren't the problem. Lack of purpose is. And like you, I carry that Aussie spirit with me, that Anzac spirit. And that was never about ego. It was found in women like Vivian Bullwinkle, a nurse who survived one of the darkest atrocities of World War II, when she and other nurses were massacred after the fall of Singapore. She watched her friends be taken from her. She endured unimaginable suffering, and yet she lived and spent her life telling the truth about what happened. So it would never be forgotten. That is Australian strength. Not loud, not performative, not unbreakable. That's what built this country. Strong men and strong women. But right now, people feel like that foundation is slipping. Families don't feel secure, communities don't feel as connected, and people are being told that the very values they grew up with, loyalty, responsibility, protecting your family, well, they don't matter anymore. Well, I don't support that. I feel safer when good men are strong, steady, and respected. As a woman, I don't feel empowered by tearing men down. As a mum, I don't want my child growing up confused about what strength even means, or being told that family comes second. We should be able to say work matters, family matters, men matter, women matter. This isn't about going backwards. It's about not losing what made us strong in the first place. Because a country without purpose, without identity, without unity, it doesn't grow, it falls apart. So I'm not standing here today to divide anyone. I'm standing here to remind people who we are, where we came from, and that we still get a say in where we're going. We can rebuild strong communities. We can support men without putting women down. We can raise boys with direction and girls with confidence. And we can actually come back together, because that's the Australian I believe in, and that's the one we're standing up for. Now look, I didn't have the courage to say this the last time I spoke on stage at the Brisbane rallies, but it's been something I've always wanted to do, if you will join in with me. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Oi, oi, oi! Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Oi, oi, oi! Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Oi, oi, oi! I'm not the person that's been doing it.
You don't have MC? Yes, it does. All good, ladies and gents, come on. We're in the home stretch. We want to keep the energy up today. Alright. You get Steve back on the guitar. Here we go. Come on everybody, let's cut it out. There we go. What you got?
Stephen Shavir on the guitar.
Hey, deadly.
Legend.
Deadly.
The founder of the Australian Sons men's group. There he is. He's a troublemaker. We've got our friend, little Biddy. We might bring her out. We were going to bring Ed Schiller out, but Biddy's like real funny and short. Don't crack short jokes to a comedian. Now, hey, do you like it in here, Biddy? Don't roast me.
You're too tall to roast. G'day guys, my name's Biddy. And I'm here to do some hate speech. Yeah, formerly known as jokes. When Scott Chalon asked me to speak, I was confused. I was like, what do you want me for? I'm just a cancelled single mother. And he was like, relax. I don't want you to be chief of the army. Just entertain the troops. Like many Australians, I've had my confidence shattered over the last 6 years. I didn't have a business, I didn't lose a house, but I had some jokes and some film ideas, a bit of courage, and the bastards tried to break me. Australians are some of the funniest people on the planet, but turn on your telly and you'd be forgiven for thinking we were fools. Don't worry, you're just watching the ABC. Last year I put on a secret Australia Day comedy show in Adelaide, and it had to be kept secret because of online trolls. They would target businesses that let me tell jokes. How un-Australian is that? Yeah. My number one fan is here. That's good. It was a very diverse lineup and we had a great time. We hung the Australian flag on the wall behind the stage and we all sang the national anthem at the end of the show. Every single one of us pretended to know what GERT meant. And now we're girt by extremists. I don't actually know why I'm cancelled. I'm a depressed single mother on the dole with a half-caste kid. I am the left. Except for my thinking, which just goes to show you it's all about ideological capture. If politics is downstream from culture, then it's more important than ever that we get our cultural identity back. And every single one of you being here is helping us fight that war. People say rallies don't work, but they do. This isn't a moment, this is a movement. Scott Chalon changed my life. Attending the Australia Day March this year and getting involved with the Australian Lobby Group has been the beginning of my healing and my return to making art for this country and not seeking creative asylum somewhere else. I grew up making movies in the backyard. It was a middle-class home in Alice Springs in the 1990s. We were the kind of people who thought Australia Day was a bit bogan, a bit cringe, because the powers that be have been undermining this country for decades. I've got 4 siblings and they are all woke. Naturally, they think I'm crazy. I'm like, you guys door knock for the Greens. That's the epitome of insanity. We weren't wealthy, but we were comfortable. I guess a lot of people in that position aspire to be new money. Not me. I'm going to be new bogan. I love this country and I hate what is happening to it. These rallies are incredibly important because without free speech we lose not just our sense of humour but also our democracy. So long live the Australian Lobby Group. We have to get behind them and behind all of these rallies. There's more coming. It's an integral way to exercise our free speech and rebuild nationalism. Like a phoenix, we will rise again. Historically, Australians have gathered in huge numbers when it comes to the crunch. In 1914 and 15, Aussies were mobilising in citizen movements that preached the virtues of anti-party politics and patriotic leadership. Australians from all walks of life joined citizen leagues of up to 300,000, who aimed for nothing less than the awakening of civic spirit and citizenry and the transformation of the nation's political apparatus. The author of the book that I read that in noted that nothing had been like that has been seen before or since, but I would argue that we are seeing it today. Again now, and you are those Aussies. So good on you, you bloody legends. Keep laughing, keep loving your country. This is our home. Most of us have got nowhere else to go. All Skin colours are equal, but all cultures are not. The threat to destroy Australian culture is real, and we must laugh in its face. God bless you all. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Thank you.
She's awesome. I think she's got a fan over here somewhere. All right, Ed Schiller. We got two more. Ed Schiller, he's the leader of the Red Union. I think it's the nursing union, teachers union. They got hundreds of thousands of union guys signed up, and they don't donate money to the Labor Party. So that's incredible.
Thanks, Dusty. Well, my fellow Australians, I do stand before you today to deliver this message. A war is being waged on our people. In our schools, in our institutions, and at our borders, there is a war on the Australian nation, on our very identity as a distinct people. And if left unfought, it is a war which will ultimately leave us conquered. Yesterday, we commemorated our veterans, Australians who possess extraordinary levels of heroism and self-sacrifice, Australians whose legacy we have the obligation to honour. You and I don't get to stand back and stand by as the nation they fought for is ripped away. We certainly don't get to stay quiet as parasitic journalists and the political class malign those who fought for our people. Ben Robert Smith, we back you. We must surely ask ourselves, what successful nation persecutes its own war heroes who fought to protect everything good about our nation? Well, naturally, it's the same one that teaches our children to feel guilt and shame, to say sorry for what is our triumphant national history. It's the same country whose rulers right now are depriving us of our God-given natural resources, which have the ability to bring unimaginable prosperity to us, the Australian people. We are so consumed with self-hatred, and it is eating away at the soul of our nation. And now more than ever, the true nature of that soul must be boldly proclaimed. Australia is a distinctly Christian nation with a rich Anglo-Celtic ancestry. Our source of truth is Jesus Christ, and our heritage as a people matters. These are not contradictory realities to love God and to defend your people, but rather they are the very doctrine that is so clearly the bedrock of our country. At our federation in 1901, as it's been noted, Australia was 96% Christian. The preamble of our constitution states that we as a nation humbly rely on the blessing of Almighty God. And this isn't just any God, but rather the true God known in Jesus Christ alone. But as an attempt to dilute our national identity, we've been relentlessly told that all religions are equal. We're led to believe that an Indian Muslim worshipping Allah and killing innocents on our beach is just as Australian as you and I, who have this nation in our blood. This is the great lie of our time. There can be no doubt about it. Australians are overwhelmingly Anglo-Celtic with an enduring ancestry in this land. And the reality is, we Australians are being replaced. This is not a theory, it is happening. Look no further than the comments made this week by our Home Affairs Minister, Tony Burke. He said, and I quote, "I've never accepted the word assimilation. I've never subscribed to the concept that your whole identity is meant to be dissolved." They're doing this on purpose. They are bringing in nearly 100,000 foreigners every single month with the express desire for them to change not one thing about themselves so they can change everything about our nation. Overwhelmingly, the people who are coming in are not Anglo-Celtic and they are not Christian. And in the face of this, we are surely reminded of the greater battle at hand. We are in the midst of a spiritual warfare as a country, and we are hopelessly unarmed. The reality is, We cannot restore our strong nation with weak communities, of which the local church is the cornerstone. And to our great shame, our communities are dying because local church attendance has plummeted. In the 1950s, 44% of Australians attended church weekly. That's now down to 7%. We've become distracted, we've become too comfortable, and we've neglected the truth. My friends, there is no way back from this mess that they have put us in without Christ. So, to you who desire the restoration of our nation, know that restoration begins in your heart today. You, like me, have wronged a perfect and holy God with your sin. Yet he loved you by sending his only son. Christ lived the perfect life that you couldn't, and yet died the death that we deserve. Jesus takes the penalty for your sins at the cross, and in turn offers you eternal life through faith in him. Place your trust in Jesus. And put on the full armour of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world. And patriots, it is a struggle which we will win. Thank you.
I kept him for second last because I knew he was going to be my favourite speaker. We've got our mate Homeless Unite.
Yeah. Homeless Unite.
Scotty's ready to just grab the mic. Okay. We got our mate here, Homeless Unite.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! 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 Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
He needs no introduction after that. Here he is.
Did you hold that? What's going on? I can't hear you. What's going on? Did you hear that? What's going on? You know what, guys? I'm sick of this crap. Aren't you? I'm sick of this government. Full stop. I got a bit of technology too. I might be homeless, but I'm a bit fancy homeless. Hood rich, they call it. And I'm a bit shaky too. All right. Now I'm going to be frank with you guys. This country is the only place I will call home. I'm not about to let these grubs tell me I can't say what I think about these traitors. So let's do a little recap of the last 30 years. The welfare system, buggered. The healthcare system that is supposed to treat you is killing you. The roads are so bad in so many places that motorists, cars, trucks, motorcycles are being damaged. Even people are being killed. Even though we have a road tax designed to maintain and save lives, it's buggered. Our public transport, well, that's in shambles. Buggered. Youth crime and the lack of the ability for parents to discipline, and now look what we have. People being stabbed in the street, home invasions, car theft, and a generation with no direction. Our mental health system failing to the point people are being let out and killing or kicking them out, and people are killing themselves. You've got families living in caravans and cars. The last time I heard 40% of Australians were asking for help with buying food, buying groceries, nappies, baby milk. These are the bloody basics, people. Buggered. Drug and alcoholism because people are wanting to escape. I know I'm one of those who just wanted to escape. We have terrorist proxies operating inside of Australia. Foreign and domestic proxies. Terrorism has arrived, and guess what? It arrived a long bloody time ago. I'm homeless, I'm angry, and so are you. So then let's tell them what we feel.
Repeat after me. Elbows gotta go. Elbows gotta go. Now I just want to take a second to speak on something that might be a little bit divisive. Anti-Semitism in this country is truly out of control. Those Jews are Australians. They're people just like you and me, just like Catholics, just like Buddhists, just like Christians, just like all of them. They're people, they're humans. Yeah, there's a couple, and they're grubs, and they're greedy. But it doesn't mean you paint the whole lot with the same brush. They are human beings that deserve respect for what they give to this country. And I'm sick of hearing people say they give nothing because they're in the health system. They're in every single part and facet of our country. And you know what? They were here from the inception of this country when we settled.
Nice one, brother.
Now, look, I had a few more things written down, but I can go on and on about this, guys. But you know what? Unless we stand up united as a country, we stand together and we say enough is enough. They cannot beat us. Right? Doesn't matter if you're black, white, yellow, brindle, I don't give a shit. This is Australia, we stand united. And if they want to start a war with us, we'll bloody well start one with them. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! 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 Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Thank you, guys.
Folks, you've heard a wide range of opinions here today. You've heard religious texts, you've heard Christians talk, you've heard nationalists talk, you've heard people come from different organisations and different political backgrounds. But what's the key message here? Everybody loves Australia. Everybody wants the best for Australia. But there's also people here who want to wreck us, who want to cause problems, who want to tell lies about us, who want to disrupt and interrupt and put misinformation out there and then try and paint you out to be Nazis and all sorts of stuff like that, because that's what they have to do. That's their agenda. That's what they've got to do. They've got to try and divide you so they can keep you beaten. That's what's going to happen. And let's be clear about this. We didn't end up here by accident. It's taken time to get to this place. It's taken time to realise that this mob up here lie to you constantly. Once upon a time, Australia had a migration program when we actually did bring in skilled people. And I was a tradesman in the 90s. And we had great tradesmen coming in from Europe, from the Balkans, from the war that was going on there. A bunch of you here worked with those people. A bunch of you here are descendants of those people. And then in the 2000s, I worked with a bunch of Irish and English carpenters that came here. Had our values, came from a Christian background, worked fantastic. Actually, the Irish guys were shit carpenters, but they were our shit carpenters. They were our shit carpenters. And then after COVID, when the government said we're bringing in skilled migration, tradesman goes, yeah, we're going to bring in some more of the people that work with us, that understand our values as a culture, that work with the assimilation to be Australian, and that's not what they gave us. What they gave us, what did they give us? They opened up the doors to the subcontinent and went, let's bring everyone in from Mumbai. Yeah, that'll do, some of those people. And they brought in millions. And not to just pick on the Indians, I feel sorry for them, but geez, mate, if you lived in India, you'd want to come here too, wouldn't you? Yeah. Wouldn't you? I mean, let's face it. Who's going to be happy living in a 15-minute city? You or the Indians? Yeah, we know who it's going to be. So what do? We had a war in Afghanistan. We opened the borders and we let in a whole bunch of those people as well. And then we let in a whole bunch of people from Africa. And how are those people going? Seen machete crime in Victoria lately? Because they lied to us. But they didn't. They told us they were going to let in people that were going to be part of us. And they lied. They lied and they lied and they lied. And you all deserve to know the truth about that. Because they lied to you, they lied to me, they lied to everyone. And so the people that are out there trying to wreck us, we see you and we know what you're doing. And we're calling you out for being divisive bastards as well. And we're not going to quit. And anyone who tells you that this movement is a flash in the pan and it doesn't have your best interests at heart, tell them to go to hell. Tell them to go to hell.
All right, I'm just going to tell a quick little story.
Very quick little story. I'm basically a beach bum from Port Macquarie. My name's Trombone Tone on Instagram, and I've been living in Bondi for the last 15 to 20 years. And I went for a surf, as I normally do, on the 14th of December last year, down on Bondi Beach. Didn't take my phone with me, and I felt like it was time to leave the beach at about 6:30 p.m. And as I walked home up the hill, I heard the shots of 15 Australians being shot on our beaches. I'm a beach bum from Port Macquarie. I'm not going to talk for too long, but what I wanted to say is just before I went to the beach that day, I was writing a song in my room, and I didn't realise it was going to be this song. And the first lines are, "Yesterday was fine. It's the day that we lost our minds." And this is before I went to the beach. And it was a fine day, and it was the day that we lost our minds, especially when it comes to the hate speech laws. But here's my little song that I wrote, and basically I finished it after all that trouble, and I dedicated it to Matilda. I was conducting school bands in Bondi, and I went to conduct my school band the next morning, on the Monday morning after the shooting, and a little 10-year-old girl came up to me and she said, "Mr. Gibson, yesterday I missed out on getting shot by 70 metres. And what's changed in this country? It's not the Jews, they brought the Muslims in." So here's my song. Yesterday was fine. It's the day that we lost our minds. Won't you take the time for the day that we lost our minds? For the day that we lost our minds. So come along now. Got to be strong now, dear, to sing your song now. So come along now, dear. Yeah. Yesterday, wait a minute. This next verse is about me, and everyone was saying that I lost my mind after the 14th of December because I started posting everything and I didn't hold back. So if I've lost my mind, this is the next verse. Yesterday was fine. It's the day that I lost my mind. Won't you take the time for the day that I lost my mind? For the day that I lost my mind. So come along now. Got to be strong now, dear, to sing your song now. So come along now, dear. Yeah. The verse is about Matilda. Slowly floating softly, ever gently. Your face in my memory, happy and free. Sadly, you're now a memory for everybody. Thank you, you have changed me. I see clearly, I see clearly. Yesterday was fine. It's the day that stands still in time. Won't you take the time for the day that stands still in time? For the day that we lost our minds. For the day that I lost mine. Fuck it.
Folks, how good was that, Tony, mate? Emotion. Jeez, I'm feeling that all the way through me. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we're wrapping things up. We're getting pretty close. Now, the reason we didn't march today, there was an issue with the security protocol on this, so we had to just run the rally. I apologise to anyone that was expecting to march. At the next round of events, from September till November this year, we're taking the truck on the road. We've got a prime mover with a 40-foot trailer. Which means I don't have to have 40 volunteers in the morning here to set this stuff up. We just open the truck up. We're going to take it on the road, September to November, and bring the last, we're going to do a lap of Australia from Brisbane, heading north. We're going to go to Darwin. We're going to do Cairns and Townsville along the way. Maybe we'll get out to Mount Isa. What do you reckon? Where's my Mount Isa people? Right? Right? And then we're going to go from Darwin down around Western Australia, down to Perth. Then we go from Perth across to Adelaide. Down to Adelaide, we might skip Melbourne, that's a shithole. But I'm feeling like Bendigo or Ballarat might need a cash injection from some patriots. What do you reckon? Hey, let's get our farmers activated out there. Yeah, let's do some regional gigs. Then we'll head up. We'll do Sydney. Oh, Sydney. Imagine that. Northern Beaches maybe, somewhere out there. We're going to take the war rig on the road, and I'm going to need every one of you to support what we're doing. I need you to share the socials. I need you to get in